Hey guys, welcome to another movie review. Today I'm talking about the latest Predator installment entitled Predator Badlands. This is a film directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who also did two other Predator films on Hulu's streaming service. One was called Prey, which was basically a prequel to the original Predator, and he also did one I think called Predator Killer of Killers, which was an animated Predator film. And now he's returning to live action again with Predator Badlands. This film is supposed to take place several years into the future. Similar to Alien versus Predator, this film does acknowledge the Alien universe, just like those films did. So it's our first Predator film to acknowledge the Alien universe since Alien versus Predator Requiem, I believe. But anyway, in this film, you guys, we actually follow a protagonist Predator this time around. He's not a villainous character, and basically, he is a character named Deck. He is a character that is a part of a Predator clan where they want him out of the clan. And so basically, to prove himself, his father tells him that to basically be accepted amongst this clan on his home planet, he has to go retrieve the head of this really dangerous animal on a really deadly planet of, it's far away from their home planet. And so Deck gets sent there for better or worse. He kind of doesn't want to go there. And while he's there, he becomes friends with a android character that's played by a Wayland Yutani android from the Alien franchise, and she's played by Elle Fanning. And basically, the two of them team up. They're both kind of abandoned by their kind, and so basically, they have to team up to achieve each other's missions, pretty much. And also, this android character knows more about the animal character than Deck does, so that's another reason why Deck wants her on this adventure he's going on. They also team up with a small animal creature that is connected to kind of this animal they're tracking down, so they use that animal to kind of better understand this bigger animal that they're going up against. And so over the course of Predator Badlands, these three characters team up. They're all after the kind of the same thing. They're after this huge, dangerous animal on this deadly planet, and they also have to get there before Wayland Yutani does because they want to use this animal for lethal reasons. But overall, guys, I loved Predator Badlands. This is such an amazing Predator film. This is probably the first Predator film since the first film where I just absolutely loved almost everything I witnessed. I also really liked Predators from Nimrod and Tell. I think that film came out in like 2010, 2011. So really liked that Predator film as well. But this is probably the first Predator film I've been completely happy with since Predators all those years ago. And I'm just so happy to tell you that it's such a unique film. It has such a unique personality to it. It has a sense of humor that works. The PG-13 rating does not interfere at all with this movie. It absolutely makes sense. It's mostly all in creature violence. There's no human characters that get harmed in this. So it makes sense for the story they were telling. I really never got the sense that it had to be rated R to kind of properly tell the story they were trying to go with. There's just tons of things to love about this film. So I want to go over some positives as to why I absolutely love this film. But I also have a couple of negatives that I think could have made the film just a little bit better. But overall, this is just a terrific film that you absolutely have to go see. So for my positives of this movie, I liked how unique the story and the narrative of this film was. I really liked how it really told the film from the Predator's perspective. What they do with the character too is he doesn't really speak English, but they do subtitle all his dialogue throughout the movie, and same with the other Predator characters as well. I thought that was just a very unique way for them to tell the story. It was also cool too is the Wayland Yutani android. She's able to tell what he's able to say because she's able to kind of translate and understand almost every language in the universe. And so what they do with her is, we'll see a subtitle from the Predator, and with her, she doesn't even need to read that or know that because she basically knows the Predator language already. And so that's how those characters are able to interact with each other throughout the movie. And I just really liked how the film really was told from a Predator's perspective because there is no human characters. It's mostly him going after other creatures, other androids, and all this other stuff. We're able to kind of see this story told from the Predator's point of view. There's really no human interference at all with the story. It really is completely told from what the Predator is seeing and doing and what he's after. I also liked how his dialogue felt like stuff that a Predator would be saying to another character of his kind. It really felt like everything felt consistent with what a Predator would be saying to other creatures. So I just really loved the way the story was told overall. This film also has great production design. Whenever we get to this, deadly planet that Deck gets landed on, it really does feel big and immersive, and the creature design and the way the planet is run and the way that you have to be careful of how certain things can explode and certain things can poison you and get you trapped in some type of a pickle. Just how all that stuff was handled and how the production design was handled and how they came up with the planet and what was actually is going to be on the planet for us to witness as an audience. Just absolutely great production design. They did a terrific job with that in the movie. I also like the whole dynamic between Predator and this android character that he teams up with. She's played by Elle Fanning. And just their dynamic I thought was very good. I like how they're both kind of annoyed with each other, but they're also super serious on certain things. And also the film does have a very good sense of humor. It seems to balance action and humor and drama and almost everything you'd want out of a Predator film in a very positive way. And even for those who are kind of not too open to a Predator film having humor in it, it feels very appropriately placed, and it feels like it's humor that's more so things that would bother a predator while he's strict on a mission, or it feels appropriate for the story that they were trying to tell. And so I just overall really liked this predator and android dynamic, and I thought it really helped the story a lot as the story progressed. And for the most part too, I like how the story is a 3-character redemption story. Deck has to prove to his father that he's worthy of the clan. This android character played by Elle Fanning, she has to prove that she can accomplish a mission without interfering with Weyland-Yutani's, directives. And then we also follow this other creature that joins their journey that kind of has to prove I think it's actually her. She has to prove herself to her family as well. And so I do how like this. There really is this 3-character redemption story, and each character has to kind of prove to themselves and to others that they're worthy of being a part of the clan that they're a part of. And overall, too, I just like how the film has an overall story about bettering yourself. How even if you're really good at what you do, there's always a part of yourself that always could be better, that always can be improved, that can always make it just a little bit better of a difference just by improving yourself, by practicing, by interacting with people more, by making your skill set better, by making your overall skill set better. So I like how that film has that message of bettering yourself always has a positive outcome to the end of it. I also liked all the alien crossover elements that the film has, whether it is the Weyland-Yutani android stuff, whether it is technology or robotics or ships or things that have happened within the alien universe that are acknowledged here. I really do like how there's crossover elements that really work well here. So if it is Dan Trachtenberg's mission to kind of eventually do an Alien versus Predator film again, a proper one, I think he's absolutely fit for the job here. He really knows both the Predator and Alien universe just by this film alone. And I really think he could pull it off brilliantly if he ever got the job for it. I also just loved how great the creature designs were. I also like a lot of the ideas in the film too of, a field of grass that looks innocent at first, but it's completely made of razor blades, not by grass at all. And I like the idea of poisonous berries that, poison you and it could knock you out for several hours if you get exposed to one of those needles. And just the way that this overall planet is structured that Deck gets sent to. Great creature designs, great ideas, great overall immersive experience of what a lethal, deadly planet could feel like within the Predator universe. This film just has so many great ideas for it that I just absolutely loved almost every second of the film. And like I mentioned earlier, this film does really have a great sense of humor, specifically when we get the Predator, the android character, and this small creature that joins their journey when it's really kind of the 3 of them trying to bond over a campfire, or the 3 of them trying to bond while they're on the adventure together, or trying to, better themselves for a mission or whatever the case may be. The film does have a great sense of humor that always finds the perfect place to place it over the course of the story. But for my negatives of Predator Badlands, I only have a couple. I really don't have very many. I do kind of wish the film did have a couple more traditional Predator elements, We never really see the Predator use the original masks that he wore throughout the earlier films. We also never really get to see the Predator use his infrared vision that he would use with the mask, because he does wear a certain kind of mask over the course of the story. I think there's two overall masks that the character of Deck wears over the course of the film. They never really use that infrared vision that the Predator is known for throughout the Predator franchise. It's fine if they want to take a break from one film, but after seeing it kind of gone for an entire film, I do kind of wish they would bring that back for future Predator installments, because now that it's gone for one film, I kind of wish it would come back. I also thought the villainous android character that also is played by Ella Fanning in the film, she plays two characters. I thought it would have been less confusing if they probably got a different actress to play that role. Not because Ella Fanning did a bad job with the character, but because they really try to pull off this whole thing of them being sisters. I thought it would have been a better creative choice if maybe they got Dakota Fanning to play that character, so it really could have been Dakota Fanning and Ella Fanning in the same film competing against each other. I think that would have made for a more interesting hero and villain dynamic for those characters. And even if they couldn't get Dakota Fanning, I think just finding another talented, short, blonde haired actress to play that part, I think would have immediately ended that confusion. Because there is scenes where you're looking at both of them and you're trying to figure out, who's the good one, who's the bad one. There's clearly scenes that work better than others with this scenario, but for me personally, after a while, specifically when it's scenes that they share together, it really felt kind of confusing after a while. I also thought more material involving planet Earth would have helped the film a little bit more too, because there's times in the movie where it's suggested that Earth is kind of going through another prehistoric period, and there's other times in the film, kind of like the Weyland Yutani stuff, where it's suggested that Earth is kind of in its most advanced peak that it's ever had. That its technology is at the most advanced it's ever had, and that Weyland Yutani is kind of thriving and really doing its best as a company at that point in time. So I really would have liked to have seen more material involving planet Earth, and is it at its downfall or is it at a really good point in its technology and in its place? So I would have liked to see more material in the film that involved planet Earth and where exactly they are at this point in the timeline in the franchise. Another preference for me too is I just would have liked to see more time on Deck's home planet. It is such a cool planet that also has some pretty cool ideas to it. We really only spend time with it near the beginning and the end of the story. So even if they could have maybe flashed back to maybe stuff that his dad is doing while he's on this planet on this mission or something, I think that would have helped the story a little bit more as far as what exactly is going on there while Deck is kind of on this mission. Just a personal preference. Maybe some people won't be bothered by that, but for me personally, that is one planet I thought they could have explored some more in this film in particular. But overall, guys, I'm going to give Predator Badlands a 9 out of 10. It's an absolutely wonderful film. I think you absolutely have to go see, specifically if you like the Predator films or the Alien films. I think you absolutely need to see it if that's the case. 9 out of 10 for me. Really enjoyed the film. Be sure to see this one if you're a Predator fan.